Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I wanted to give an update on the Cadena series and some of the things that I've been doing and working towards my path to CRA on this character. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that I recently hit 205, and hitting 205 is a pretty big milestone for a few reasons. The first one is because my character is a Teraburning character. You get a lot of node stones for hitting 205 and 210. As you can see in my V matrix, I do have a plentiful amount of nodes. I haven't gone through the nodes just yet, but having a lot of choices is really good, and you get a lot of spares by getting to 205 and 210 because of the amount that you open up. There's a few things that are really important about the node stones. The first one is it gives you experienced node stones, and if this character is your main, this will help you later down the track. I won't go into too much detail about the experienced node stones, but you do get 5 along the way to 210. Probably the most important thing about the extra node stones is the fact that you have enough spares to create really important nodes to help you get to 210 and then do CRA. The first thing that I made is Holy Symbol, because this will help me train and get to 210 faster. Also, increasing the drop rate is really good because you get higher chances of getting things like node stones and also the boss drops when you kill the bosses in CRA. The second thing is the fact that you get bonus skill nodes including Decent Sharp Eyes, and eventually we'll also have to craft the Will of Erda node for the Crimson Queen fight. Alongside these extra boost skills, every class has really strong extra nodes. For these, we get a skill called Last Resort, which adds a really big amount of burst. So getting access to Last Resort through the node stones is really big. For mages, you get access to Ethereal Form, for example, which gives you an extra iframe. And warriors, of course, get Weapon Aura to get more IED. I'm not too familiar with pirates and with archers, so I can't comment too much on their skills, but I'm sure they get skills that are just as good. The priority right now will be to get to 210 for two reasons. The first reason is to, of course, unlock another node slot. Getting extra node slots always helps to get extra damage during the boss fights and to put extra skills in during the fights as well. Probably the more important reason to get to 210 is being able to access the Choo Choo arcane symbol so that we can get extra stats and be able to access those dailies as well to get a lot of extra damage. To get to 210, I'll be having to do the Reverse City pre-quest, and then picking a map that suits the Cadena, and then training there to 210. Most players at this point will be able to get Wild Totems and double EXP, and training for 2 hours in Reverse City should be able to get you to 210 quite comfortably. So that's what I'm going to do once I finish Reverse City. I'm going to find a nice map and then train to 210 with a totem. So regarding my path to 205, I really only did two things to get to this level. My main form of getting experience was doing the Vanishing Journey dailies to get our arcane symbols. And just doing these every day gives you incentive to train as well at the same time. So what I like to do is while I'm doing my dailies, I make sure to use any extra EXP coupons that I might have, especially if they're only 15-minute coupons, so at least while I'm doing my dailies I can get some training in as well. Outside of the dailies, I trained at various places in the Arcane River, and I will go through those with you in just a second. To start off, I like to train here in the map Weathered Land of Sorrow. The reason for this is because these guys are relatively low level. As you can see here, according to the map, they are only level 202. So starting off, you don't have too much of a level damage penalty while killing these guys. The spawn here is quite nice, and the map layout is also pretty decent with a nice teleport, so then you can snake your way down and then teleport back up. And I believe this has one of the highest spawn rates of all the maps, and because they're lower level, this is a lot more accessible for most players. And I stayed here for quite a bit actually because I didn't do enough damage at the beginning to clear some of the better maps. After I started doing more damage and was comfortable leaving this area, I decided to go to the Fire Zone. Fire Zone is a pretty popular map for a similar reason. The spawn is quite good, and you have a similar pattern of training where you can take the portal at the bottom, go to the top, and then work your way down. And yeah, this map is also pretty good for EXP, but keep in mind that this map sometimes is quite busy and it's one of the more popular daily training spots as well. So the last map that I wanted to talk about that I trained in was actually one suggested by my stream chat. Somebody mentioned that there are maps in Vanishing Journey that do have very high burning because nobody really goes there. The maps in the very end of each of the paths has something called a hidden zone, where the arcane force requirement is much higher and the monsters are level 209. And each of these zones people don't usually go into because either people don't know or they're not strong enough to go to these areas. What I found was somebody mentioned the end cave, called Hidden Cave here, has always really high burning and has pretty decent spawn rate and good map control as well. So you can see here I'm just gone to a random map and I'm currently on 70% burning. And 70% might not sound too impressive, but the fact that I'm on literally peak hour, if I tried to log out and show you guys the channels, they would be almost all full. So considering the channels are all full and it's peak hour, and still having a map with 70% burning just tells you if you play off peak, this map is probably going to be 100% burning, which is an insane amount of EXP. The base EXP rate for these guys are higher than all the other maps because they are in the hidden zone. And this map was very comfortable for Cadena because Cadenas have a lot of vertical mobility, vertical clear, and also a lot of horizontal clear as well. So what I like to do on the Cadena was I like to place Maelstrom on the bottom of one of the platforms like this, and then place my cannon next to it, and then just jump around with the rest of my skills. And pretty much all the skills causes the chains to hit the top platform as well, so we can clear the top platform very comfortably. And of course, the other skill clears the top as well. The new 5th job skill also is very good when the chains pop up, and it just clears various parts. And then I just ran back and forth here. I never used the totem, but I always used double EXP when I could. Totem I don't think is necessary for this map because I can't one-shot a lot of these mobs anyway, and the mob count is quite high, so I'm very comfortable just running back and forth. So after I clear the left side, the mobs will spawn back on the right side, so the mob density always stays high. And this is where I trained pretty much from 203 to 205, and it only took me about an hour to do off totem. So I'd like to think that this map is quite good if you can clear it. Now I wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about my gear. Probably the most notable change of my equipment is that my emblem tiered up to legendary. Currently it's on 30% IED with no attack line, so eventually I will have to recube this. After recubing this to something like 1 line attack, 1 line ID, I'm going to be working on getting my secondary to legendary as well. You can see right now it's 9% attack, 15% IED, and if these lines were on the legendary tier, it would be something like 12% attack, 30% IED, which will be what I'm going for. I won't be going for any boss damage lines because we do get a Fafnir weapon, so we actually have the 4th CRA set, which gives us 30% extra boss damage, so I don't think boss damage is too necessary. But depending on your class, you might have lower IED, so definitely going for extra IED will help. Ideally, you want to push for about 80 to 85% IED for the first 3 doors, and then 90 plus for CVAL. Anyway, let's quickly go through our equipment. We've got 4 rings at the moment. We've got, of course, our NLC ring, Kana ring, Horntown ring, and Von Leon ring. For the Von Leon ring, it's not potential, so hopefully we can get this to epic potential. There we go. And what I'm going to be doing for this ring is trying to get it to 6% luck and then keep it there. Our NLC ring is also still rare, so I'm going to try epic potential this as well. Alright, pretty lucky, got it on the first try. And to get these potential scrolls, like I mentioned, I've been doing a lot of U Garden to be able to get all these scrolls. These are all from U Garden. And got lucky here, it started off as 6% luck straight away. Next, I've got my Horntown Necklace. This was actually quite lucky. I actually got it from Chaos Horntail as a unique item, so I didn't need to tier this up or anything. And it actually opened up as 9% luck, so I'm quite happy to keep it as it is. We've got our Mechanator, which is already 9% luck, which I think I use occult cubes to get to 9% luck. Quite fortunate to just get 9% when trying to get the 6%. I think I went over my Fafnir gear. I think everything is either 9% attack or 6% luck, which is what you want to go for. Because it's only temporary gear, we're not going to go for tiers up. And I won't be re-rolling the flames on this either because that can be quite expensive. For the Zakim equipment, both of them are acceptable flames, I guess, for the time being, and both of them have 6% luck. For the belt and shoulder, both of them are just from the Sengoku set, and both of them have no potential, so let's see if we can get a potential on those. Alright, so that belt took 5 tries. And yeah, welcome to Maplestory, I suppose. And I'll be trying to get this belt to 6% as well. As for the rest of the gear, the boots are 6% luck on epic potential. My gloves are at 9% luck, epic potential. My shoulder, my cape, and my earring are still waiting to become epic potential, so that's going to be my main goal. And to do this, I'll be having to do U Garden quite often to get some more scrolls, and hopefully they'll pass faster than the belt. As for the slots, I still need the Pink Bean Cup. At my current damage range, I can do Pink Bean quite comfortably, but it might take me a while, so eventually I will be getting this Pink Bean Cup. For the badge, I'm going to be killing Easy Magnus every day to try to get it. Still haven't got the drop yet, but hopefully we'll get it sometime soon. So currently my damage is about 500k and my stat is just under 6k. If I can get all my gear to at least 6% luck, and then my secondary to legendary, I think I might have a good try at Von Bon. And of course, I'll need to be level 210 and then reset all my hyper stats to be able to do that. Anyway guys, not much of a gameplay update because I just wanted to do an interim one, so then you guys can see what my gear progression is and what my gameplay progression is. If you guys are interested in a more detailed progression, please check out my Paladin series. I don't think that my Cadena or Teraburning series will be as detailed because I'm mostly having fun with this character and not really putting too much effort into it. But regardless, I do intend on getting this character to fully replace its own CRA equipment, so hopefully we can get there in due time. Anyway, to close off this video, I do want to say thank you to all you guys who are watching. If you guys are enjoying these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to stay tuned and be part of the streams that I do every once in a while, I recommend you guys clicking the notification button so then you guys are notified when I go live. If you guys are interested in interacting more with me and with the other channel members, consider becoming a member of the channel. For $2.50, you'll be able to access the community Discord, and you'll be able to ask questions and interact with me on a regular basis. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll be closing off this video with me doing a few bosses, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video where we will prepare very seriously to do our first CRA boss on the Cadena. Thanks again for watching and have a nice day.